Well, folks, I want to welcome everyone in. We're going to give everyone a few minutes to come in. I want to start welcoming some people in here. Lisa Vlog, thank you so much. Kilmer, I think it's Kmer Food. Please on the pronunciation of that. Downtown Ernie Brown, thank you, sir. I appreciate you, bud. Easy digging. Okay, no, that's all right, my man. Appreciate you making it in. I really do. It was touching last night, by the way, your comments. That was, I want to tell you, I appreciate your comments and your frankness. You can't ask for anything else from a person, by the way. Ali Turkey, welcome. It's a pleasure getting to know you. I've been in your chats now for probably 2 to 3 months. I lurk a lot. Sarcastic Storage Stacker. Sarcastic Storage Stacker has an evergreen video, by the way, with 163,000 views.
Sweet.
Well, yeah, he's a very entertaining guy, and I want to thank you for being here, buddy. Possum Outdoors, thank you very much for being here. Pimiliang, thank you for being in here. Mandy Brown, thank you for being in here. Fishing Time, let's go. Thanks for being here. Mandy, you're everywhere. You are everywhere. That's awesome. Sister Winnie, I appreciate you coming back in after I was insulting everyone on Friday, and I want to thank you for putting up with me. You're a blessing. Garden State Gardener, this is another guy here. I hope to have you on one day, too, to talk about your channel build. It's amazing. Jerry, other side of the boat. I want to thank you. You're true blue, bud. I got some great people in here. I'll talk about loyal people. David Carlisle, thank you for coming in. Jeff's Obsessions, thanks for coming in. Nez, thanks for coming in. I appreciate that. You know that. Abdurrahman, pleasure. Thanks for coming in. And by the way, I did look for your feed. I could not come up with it. So if you would leave a comment below on this after we're done, I want to go to your channel so I can highlight it, please. I want to thank you for coming. And I don't want the language barrier to feel like I don't appreciate you. So I want to make sure I correct that. Let me see here. Andy's, Darwin, old and new. Thank you for being here. Love Rules. Thank you for being here. Boy, I'm seeing a lot of new people. It's wonderful. The Nutta channel. Hey, man, thank you for being here. This is the first time. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate that. Well, guys, I want to do a few highlights here. First of all, I want to thank everyone for being here, especially our guest today, Ohio River History, Shane. The first session we had, which was last week, Wednesday. Shane, thank you so much for being here again. I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem, man. This is a lot of fun. I was going to tell you about Love Rules. That's Samurai Ken over in Japan. And he does a very similar program where he shouts out people all the time. I found a ton of great channels on Ken's channel. Love Rules is awesome.
Very good. That's great. He just started. We just started following each other's channels as well. I want to thanking them for doing this. By the way, thank you for the new membership. By the way, Mandy, I appreciate that. Downriver Mining and Lapidary, Jeffrey, thank you for coming in. Fantastic. We're sharing links here, guys. Our moderators are the best in the business. I want to thank you first and foremost. Without you guys, we would not have a safe chat here. Please report and do not put up with anything. You have my absolute 100% confidence. Like everything, it's about absolutely being positive. First and foremost, I want to make sure that everyone goes to Ohio River History. Shane, I believe the link is in the description, as well as, if not, I'm going to put it in the comment section and pin it to the top. Also, it's in the Blood. It's another channel with his daughter, Alex, which I hope we can get on as well. I think it'd be good to introduce you to another crowd here. I think there's a lot of people, sports fans, that would love to know that content as well. And maybe more.
Yeah, I talked to her about that a little bit. Once we get her settled in her new spot, when she has her studio done, she said she'd like to. So it'll be a little bit later when we come back for that.
Absolutely fine with me, as long as we do that. Backlash Fisherman, welcome. AR Guns, welcome. Emily Blessings, welcome. Rasta Ralph, welcome. Hema Art. Hema, I want to tell you something. There's some people in here I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you being here. Christy, freelancing, tips for beginners. Let me see here. Smee, thank you very much. Drunken Chef Barbecue. I want to tell you, I don't know what I did to deserve this. I think it's all Shane. And I want to thank him for being here because the information he has is so great. 351, you're a beast. And for your friendship and your moderation as well as everyone else in here that's working to protect the chat. And Backroad Hillbillies, thank you very much for being here. Really quickly before we begin, September 30th, please go on my channel here. You can find the 20 plus ghost pepper nonsense. If you can't make it, it will be recorded. Guys, there's everything in life is more important than YouTube. You need to remember that. You need to keep it in perspective. And one of the things that we have here is Shane tonight. And I want to remind everyone that Thirsty Thursday with Ohio River History is coming up. And I also did highlight that, I believe, in the description as well. Thirsty Thursday. Last week, we had a bunch of people come into your chat, didn't we?
Yes, sir. I saw a lot of the names. Also, there's some of the names in here that are in here today. Nez has been in my chat. I've watched some of her videos or his. Pretty sure. I know there was several of them that came through right after, and there was so many nice comments of people that were in here. And that's a whole new community of people that I have an opportunity now to go back and get to know a little bit.
Right. Nate Grace, thank you for being here. Hema Art, thank you for being here. Hema is a genius with art. With art. Mine looks like a tying a pen to a chicken's foot. All right, Shane. So last week, I'm going to summarize this in 30 seconds. Last week, you talked about at the age of 7, you found a guy along a fence post that was hearing beeps, and you found that it was coins. Then you did that for a few years. Then you found sports. 35 years later, you came up with your channel, and then you said you finally decided that numbers were something you wanted to look at. You started mimicking another gentleman. Is it Kurt? Is that right? Kurt
was the guy that he's the one that showed me how to get serious about metal detecting. He's the one that kind of helped pave the way and show me how to find the right equipment and then what to listen for out in these fields, because I was going back at it kind of green. And he was helping me do research and locations and all that stuff. So Kurt helped me there. The numbers guys in my group, in my Monday Digs private group. So he's in there, and that's Brian. That's B. Higgles.
Okay. And B. Higgles, if you don't know, I'm going to try to get him on as well. He called himself a nerd one day, which made me very interested to talk with him, because when you have those people, they understand things that we need to have explained to us, because that's something he says he lives that world. So
yes, sir.
Yep. Grab Fam Scratching, thank you for being here. Hilda, wow, what a pleasure having you here, Hilda. Thank you so much for coming in. I think I said hi to Emily. Blessings. Secret Blackburn. Guys, if you're not following Secret Blackburn, he goes for walks and he talks about fun stuff, and they crack me up. And their walks are in the middle of this beautiful country that I can't imagine being in a desert. Okay, so let's talk today, if you would. Do you have anything to say to the group offhand here?
No, it's an awesome, different crowd that's in here a little bit today. Some of last week. There's a few new folks in here. I just want to say that YouTube is it's more than just a place to post videos. It's an opportunity to build friendships, build a community, find your quote unquote niche in this world. And if you find the right people to associate with in your little format of videos, that will do nothing but help you become better at it. And you can find ways to improve yourself as a person as well.
Yes, and I think that's really important here. Matter of fact, something that we do on, and I don't mean to sidetrack here, on Saturday, I'm going to have a new segment, Insults and Introductions. You know what we did last Saturday, guys. I was in my mafia voice, and I was breaking everyone's kneecaps that came in. We had a great time, and someone gained 18 followers from that session, guys. So if you want to meet people, this includes everyone here. If you want to meet new segments, part of what your go-to is Thirsty Thursday. If you want to see what Shane's all about, and it's 100%, guys, everything he says, you're going to say, oh my goodness, he's doing it right in front of me. And then you can see the power of what he does on Monday Digs, where it brings people together. And we were talking a little bit about that. That's a pretty sizable event, isn't it?
Yeah, so we have creators every 15 minutes from 7 o'clock p.m. all the way through 10:15 is our last event, and then one of the other creators does a live stream after the fact. And so you can see what we got going on, for over 3.5 hours.
Fantastic. So I want to welcome all in as well. Thank you so much for coming in. So let's talk today a little bit about, there's a lot of changes going on with YouTube. So let's stick with the stuff that we know that you were talking a little bit about last week. And those are the things that I think we all struggle with, right? They're not, you can make a video, you can cut it, you can edit it, and it's really a struggle. But let's talk about some of the things to play the algorithms in our favor. What have you learned so far?
The two most important things for the algorithm is A, title, and B, thumbnail, in my opinion. I mean, after that comes content, but you got to get people in there first, right? You got to get them to click. So, and I read something today, interesting enough, since we're talking about it, that not becoming redundant on your thumbnail, not if you find one that works, make sure you keep changing it up a little bit, keep varying it a little bit so people don't think it's the same video over and over and over again. And title is one that we're all kind of struggling with. We're trying to find the proper title to catch people and get a hook on that title. And so that's one that we're really working on as a group to come up with a solid theory on what to do in your title. But asking questions in your title has been one of the things that has worked the best so far.
Asking questions in the title. So you do metal detecting. So what is it, the hook? Is it a hook to bring them in, or is it, what are we talking about here?
It's tough. The one that I thought was going to do really well was, did I find a dragon? Which I did find a dragon. It's some kind of a discussion piece right here, but it's like a long Chinese style dragon. I found it, and so I wanted to use that as my hook for my video, which I thought was going to do really well, and it absolutely did not do very well. Not sure why, but I was trying to get people's interest, because what's more interesting than a dragon? I thought that would, spark up some interest.
Right.
But it didn't necessarily work, but that doesn't mean it won't work the next time.
Can someone drop Backlash Fisherman's channel too, please, as well as Coastal Water, his wife, if you would, please. So, because I saw that on there, and I was wondering, that was something I hadn't seen, at least I don't recall seeing. And did it have an effect? Did you think it had an effect? Is it something you're going to continue doing?
Well, in that instance, the main effect that it didn't have the effect in views, but where the effect lied was it sparked questions. It sparked questions in the comments. Not a lot of views, but way over 100 comments on that video, which made it really nice to see. So, I know that it sparked interest. I just didn't get the views that I was looking for.
All right. And was it a slow night, or was there any other factors that could have been involved with that?
Not really sure. And that's the other thing is that, sometimes if you watch and learn about YouTube's selecting of videos, sometimes they don't take off right away. Sometimes it takes another event. But just to give you some idea how far out there we go, there's times that when we title a video, we are copying, not word for word, but we're using the titles sometimes to test from like major channels in our field. So, trying to mimic something that maybe somebody's looking for one of their videos or being related to one of their videos, because getting tied to one of those channels helps you get views. We experiment with all kinds of stuff. We're eventually going to put something out in writing for our community that helps out, but I think it'll be very good for everybody.
Well, that's really curious. And guys, I cannot emphasize this enough. What he just said is, number one, question. Ask a question, because that's supposed to work. And number two, let the people that have had a vast experience in here kind of coach you a little bit. You don't have to recreate the wheel. The wheel's round. So what they're doing is they're using keywords from key channels, right, in the area. So if for example, you have a channel with 97,000 fishermen on it, what's one going? And I noticed one of the ones on yours is live and live chat. I think it's live chat, right, Shane? I'm one of the ones that you use for your hashtags
for Thursday.
Yep.
Live stream, live chat. I can't remember all the ones I use. I'm experimenting with different ones because I've just now really started putting emphasis on SEO.
Okay. So I want to welcome some other people in here. Arsenic Element. I want to welcome Marianne Morris. I want to thank you both for coming in. Hilda DC. I think I said that before. I want to make sure I recognize people. This is a key point here. I want to emphasize this, guys. If you're just clicking on a channel and subscribing, it's not going to stick. You have to watch at least. What do you think? 5 minutes is my thing.
I pick a video and watch the whole video, whether it be a short or a couple shorts or a 3-minute video. I want to get an idea of what that channel is about, because I don't want to be subscribed to somebody that I don't care about what they put out there. I mean, I'm going to be honest. If you put out a good video and I can learn from you, well, guess what? I'm going to come back and watch. It doesn't matter if I'm interested in the subject, but I try to give people the same respect that I'm asking for, which is, a couple minutes of your time, just to see if you like what I got to offer, personality, hobby, and then, click a couple buttons and then be a good subscriber to everybody I subscribe to.
These are key words here, guys, because I have people say, okay, I subbed you, and they leave no comment. How am I supposed to find these people? I'm not the great Karnak. So number one, leave a comment. Don't use a lot of emojis. Click the thumbs up. That is your actual activation. That is a physical thing you're doing. And then what I do, guys, is I go and hit save later, so I can come back in 2 days and I watch that playlist. It activates again. And then I'm also, I hit subscribe afterwards. Make sure you watch, guys, a whole video. And if you don't have time, watch in 2 times. You can go to the mechanism wheel. You can hit 2 times, because you can tell immediately if you like a person's content, if they're in a minute, right? So we can do that. Excellent point, Hema. By the way, folks, if you're asking questions and they were missed, ask them again now, because I'm now starting to work through the list. Please do. This is from Sarcastic Storage Stacker. YouTube allows me to express myself in a way no other platform is matched to this date. I'm just curious what other platforms and how you felt that YouTube's better, Sarcastic Storage Stacker, because you're really unique. You've got massive content that a lot of us, I would think, have a hard time producing. You have like weeks long out of one locker. One quick question here, Shane. So you went to school on some of the bigger channels, and then you are also working with SEO. Anything else about SEO that we need to know about from a very basic standpoint for us newbies?
How about, first and foremost, so when you're creating a title, you create your title to have its hook, however you want to get people in there. And just look down to Johnny's title today. He's got 3 hashtags in there. He's got Monday Digs, which we're trying to grow that hashtag, which is awesome. Thirsty Thursday and YouTube. Those, when they're above the title of your video, those are called enhanced hashtags. So that's the 3 main hashtags for your video. And where you place those is the first 3 hashtags in your description. So those are enhanced. So that's going to automatically, if you hit one of those and search it, you're going to come back here because those are enhanced. Also, when you do your description, make sure in your description that you talk about things that are in the video that are relevant. Because if you put BS in your description and somebody's looking for that BS and they don't find it in your video, well, then you're going to get the good old thumbs down. They're not going to ever come back. So be sure you're honest in your description so people know what they're getting out of your product. That also plays into the fact when you go down and tag your video later. Make sure you use tags from words that are in your title and in your description. That'll get you into the 75-80% category every time. I don't settle for less than 95, but TubeBuddy is a great resource to just learn how to get that score up. It'll show you your score.
Guys, did you hear that? TubeBuddy. And then you're using the hashtags, and you're using 2 or 3 things from your title. Is that what I heard right?
Absolutely. My title and description. First thing in my description is my title repeated. So all my words from my title are in my description. Then my first 3 hashtags. And then after that, I will say some stuff about the video. And down below, then when I tag the video, when I go through and use all my tag characters and be sure to use as many of them tag characters as possible. I put all the tags of things that were in my description and in my title that I didn't get in my enhanced hashtags. So I make sure I tag it to the hilt. TubeBuddy also lets you know how those tags are ranking within you. So the more you use the same hashtags, the higher you go on the search list. So if you use the Monday digs, metal detecting, and the type of machine that you use, for example, if you keep using those 3 enhanced hashtags, if you're a metal detectorist, then sooner or later, SEO is going to realize that that's what you're about. And then when people search that, the more you use them, the higher you will rank.
I want to welcome Ted from, let me see here, Off the Hook Outdoors. Christy just mentioned, 1 second here, I skipped. There's, Christy mentioned she's using TubeBuddy right now. But she also says, and Christy, just to let you know, we're going to talk a little bit about that on Saturday. I know that's 3 o'clock in the morning, but I know you have nothing else better to do than come on my show at 3 o'clock in the morning your time. So Texas Plug Riches, welcome. Let me see if we have anyone else. Oh, I have a channel, Rumble. They haven't taken off yet. Also, this is Storage Stacker. I have a page on Facebook, but I don't like Facebook very much. I think Facebook's losing ground, by the way. That's my understanding. I don't know if it's true or not. Let me see here. If you would share out too, please, and give a thumbs up. Yes, so I'm working down here. I'm working down that. Thumbs down is just as good as a thumbs up, and the algorithm doesn't know the difference. Like, I like all thumbs, and I'm in agreement. So you're shaking your head yes too on that.
Yeah, that shows YouTube interaction. That means somebody either did not like or thought enough of your video to rate it. And then that will also later on, if you say you hit the thumbs down on a video because it's not your cup of tea or you didn't like something about it, that's okay. That helps YouTube know not to give that video back in your suggested list, other stuff from that creator. So, but interaction still is a good tool because now you're helping YouTube pick what you get to watch. Your viewing experience is just as important as your broadcasting experience in here. When I log in, I want to see videos I want to watch. So therefore, I'm sure you do the same. And there are videos that I put the thumbs down on because there's some content I don't want to see.
Exactly. I agree with it. By the way, Freelancing Tips for Beginners by Christy. Christy's talking about some new rules that Shane sent to me last night, by the way. If you go, I think YouTube, right? If you go to YouTube's main page, they talk about this. And the time frame is next year, tomorrow. we don't know. But I'd like to leave that off for today because I think what we're talking about is how do we get better today with facts, right? As good as we can. And thank you, Christy, very much. By the way, the co-host, Hilda, thank you very much for asking that again, is Shane from Ohio River History. It's in the description. Shane has a Monday Digs, the hashtag Monday Digs. It is a Monday 13, 14 different.
Yeah, it's getting to be that way. 4 per hour, 7, 8, 9. So that's 12, 13, 14. 14 right now, I believe.
Now, we were talking about something off before we came in, right? And that was what is the right time for a video that you're finding? You made a comment about something about that.
So, for monetization purposes, 8 minutes is a very important number because that allows YouTube to get an extra commercial in your video when you're monetized at that point. And that's not for your main audience. That's for when it goes out in the world of search. Anything over 8 minutes allows them to get an extra commercial, which inevitably increases revenue. So if you're making less than 7-minute videos, you're not going to get ad revenue on that like you would an 11 or a 12. The other problem is the longer you get, the harder it is to maintain retention, and your retention rate drops lower, so they don't think people are as interested. So then they're looking at that 8-minute mark at that point. So you can put out a 30-minute video, but if they hit 8, 12, 16 minutes in watching, it's going to be okay. But a lot of times people see that 30-minute video and they will back away. A lot of people in my niche right now, we're actually experiment with trying to find a way to gain views on longer videos, because a lot of people want monetization hours. They need hours for monetization. So we're working through some plans on that to try to, find the exact right time. But we use 12 to 14 minutes on Monday Digs, and we do that so that we have a nice flow of content for people to not get distracted and go elsewhere.
Have a question by Hema Art, by the way. Video IQ. VidIQ. Have you used that?
I don't use I think there's an app for that, but I do watch their videos because they're so informative. They have, they can give you a lot of tips and tricks, and remind everybody that those tips and tricks aren't guarantees. They work differently within different communities, but you can get the same basic general message out of them.
Texas Plug Riches, welcome in. No, we've just started. The information here is now questions and stuff. But I have to go through and listen to this too, because when you're talking with your guest, you can't. There's certain things you can process. I'm going through like 4 things, and anyone who's done an interview knows the same thing. So we've got about a half hour left here. Bruce Cook, welcome. Arsenic Element, I appreciate you being in here. Let me see if there's any other questions.
Texas Plug Riches has got one there about, do you get watch time from premieres? And Texas, I'm going to tell you the truth. That is the absolute way that we're promoting smaller channels to grow. And because what that is that if you create a premiere, which is what we do on Monday Digs, then you're creating an environment for chat. A lot of people like to chat and talk and interact, right? So the more people that's in your premiere, they watch the whole thing. So if they watch the whole thing for that first 2 hours, that increases your share rate by YouTube after that. So if you've got your community, which say your community is 600 people, and you get 300 of them that watch your videos, if you can get so many of them to show up in the first couple hours and watch that video with you and interact, then when YouTube goes to share it later, you're going to get a higher percentage share rate, and you're going to go out to a broader audience. That's what premieres are really good for. That's why we emphasize using those on Mondays.
Oh, this is huge. That's an awesome point, by the way. Avid, welcome. And I lurk all the time. I'm lurk. It sounds creepier, but when you say ghosting, it sounds much nicer, Avid. So you're a nicer guy. I'll just say that. Hema Art has a point that you made last week. I believe Facebook groups work well if you want to promote the channel, but not all groups allow to post links. You mentioned that you thought that Facebook groups was a good way, right? I mean, last week.
I think it's a good way to establish a base, because it's kind of difficult to communicate with your community in YouTube. I mean, you can communicate to them on your community tab, and you can go messages back and forth. But if you have a community and then you translate that to, for example, Facebook is good for this. Facebook allows you to put together groups, and then you get a lot of those people in there. Then it's a lot easier to have a dialogue. You can have a bunch of people that interact at the same time. It is a little upkeep to take care of it, but in that group, you can share links, you can share ideas, you can work together to grow everybody, not just yourself. And that's the goal. I'm here today because I'm learning from Johnny. I'm learning what he does on his channel. I watch to learn, and groups is a great way to pass knowledge to one another.
And one of the things I'm getting from this chat group is that people number one, they want to be noticed. Number two, they have these questions that come up, and like Christy says here, and I go to Christy's channel 3 times a week, and my wife can't even handle me that much, but she says here that she likes thumbs down to say, okay, maybe, but it's a way to improve our content. And there's 2 ways I look at this, Shane and Christy. I look at this. Number one, there's always haters out there, right? Someone that was slighted or whatever. But yes, if you're getting a lot of thumbs downs for a particular video, maybe you had the wrong hashtags, maybe you had the wrong whatever keywords, right? I mean, it could be a number. Maybe it was bad content that week. What do you think?
You're correct. If you present your video in an incorrect manner by using the wrong hashtags, the wrong description, and people are coming looking for one thing, you'll see it. Because here's the one thing at the end of the day, and I know people, it becomes a redundant speech talking about analytics, but analytics do not lie. Analytics tell you the truth about what's going on. And if you misrepresent a video and you get a bunch of thumbs down, your watch times, down, garbage on it, viewers are smart. People that watch these videos are intelligent. They know if you're if you're just putting out there clickbait, and you have got to make sure you deliver on what you describe.
I think that's a great viewpoint. Is with everything, please hit the thumbs up. Please share out during this session as well. I want to remind everyone, this is Shane from Ohio River History that we have on today. And this is a second session. If you missed the first video, you're going to want to catch that, because that'll bring you up to speed about the history of the development here. And I want to emphasize this one point. I'm watching people get totally burned out. Shane has all these years of experience in getting his butt kicked before he actually started coming in and actually had a vision on what he wanted. And it was still a learning process from what we talked last week. So he's bringing all this information here that I'm trying to ask him basic questions so we can, if we, let's admit it, guys, if we gain one thing out of this session here, hashtags, keep it, ask a question, use the right keywords, be very specific, and make sure you deliver with your quality. That Shane's been mentioning quality. And then the other tip I got today too was the premiere and how important that is versus just releasing a video.
Yes, sir. And that it's huge, because if you just release a video, say you drop a video, you get it done, you drop it at say 9 a.m. and on your analytics, your audience isn't on until 6 p.m. Whatever. If you see that, and then you drop that video, and in the first 120 minutes, first 2 hours, which is the first section that they look at for view time, retention, and interaction, you see 19 views in 2 hours because you dropped it at a bad time. Most of your subscribers aren't online, and you're not going to get that notification. So you're already hurting yourself. Now, if you come on at 5 or 6 o'clock and you get 30 people like you got in your audience in here, say right now, and they stay in for the whole 12 minutes of your video, so your retention rate's higher. Mm-hmm. Your interaction is higher because you've already got 54 likes in here today. And now your share rate is higher because people stuck it out. So all YouTube sees is the 36 people that watched this in the first 15 minutes loved it. And then the views just continue to rise over the first 2 hours. So now you've moved yourself up a couple levels. Whereas if you just would have dropped it at 6 o'clock and nobody knew it, you get the point?
Yeah. And I think, guys, when you're hearing this, listen to this again and start asking yourself some questions. And I think there's probably a ton of videos about proper times to drop your videos, who your audience, my audience is international. I want to make sure that I drop my videos at a time when the other part of the world is waking up. That way I've got a ton of watchers, and that's hitting the algorithm here in the morning. That's me personally. And I don't know what I'm doing, and I seem to do okay. I seem to get some watches. Now, the question was asked by Sarcastic Storage Stacker, and it was a good question. What are the new rules? Without going into too much detail, Nez touches here. Sarcastic, one of the rules is no provocative videos, no more sexy provocative videos from you, sir. And I agree, Sarcastic, you need to stop that, sir. Anyway, but on a lighter note, there's things they're talking about shorts, right? There's things they're talking about monetization and about music, right? Those are the three things I took away.
So imitation of TikTok on the shorts is one thing, but now they're going to allow shorts to come in a different way for monetization. I can't remember the exact numbers that you're going to have to get. It's a huge number that they're going to ask for and views and stuff like that if you're just a shorts channel. But the main thing that came out of today is that things like super chats and super stickers and the other appreciation button that you can click, they're going to lower the requirements for small channels that have a following to get those receive those. They're not going to change the monetization for your long form ad revenue. It'll still be 1,000 subs and 4,000 hours. But if you're Texas Plug Riches, and I'm not sure how many subscriptions they got, and you got 700 subscriptions, you're probably going to be eligible for super chat, super sticker, and super thanks. So therefore, they're gonna have an opportunity to earn dollars from their community when they put out a premiere. Premieres are a great place to earn those things, by the way, because those buttons are readily available on a premiere. So that's what's going to happen next year. So a lot of channels that are struggling to get over the hump to get full monetization will be able to taste the Kool-Aid, so to speak.
Well, we got a ton of new people in here. Baker, he never figured out the old rules. Sir, I can't even turn on my computer. And that's enough from you. You can sing. So that makes you in a special class yourself. 351, Nez in my butt out there. Hey, nerd. Ashley Brady's in town. So welcome. Blistering Barnacles, thank you so much for being here. Guys, all these channels here, make sure that I don't see all the links going out, which is probably because you can't keep up. But I want to thank every one of the moderators for doing that. I also want to thank Panda Bear for watching out there too. That's awesome. I think I missed one person. 1 second here. Well, I'll have to catch them later. Okay, so we've got some new rules coming out. If the way I look at this, right, there's so much content coming out. If we just get our keywords, we get our hashtags right, we get our title right. The other thing is, what I'm seeing is I get notices about my thumbnail that I'm not getting enough views for something. I don't know if you've seen that on yours because you're such a big channel, but I get that every once in a while and I change it and then it goes back up. And I don't know what works.
So it's all about experimentation. And here's a quick thing: define your niche in YouTube community. First of all, what is your niche? What is this channel about? Is it about just eating hot stuff, or is it about community? What's it about? I mean, you've got to answer that question to find your community, to find the right way to title and go about it. So you've got to answer, who are you first?
And one of the things, guys, that I really believe is it's okay to try to be innovative, but the first thing you've got to do is be noticed, right? So you go to what Shane said earlier, go to the big channels, go to the big dogs they go to school on this stuff. These guys study this because it's money in their pocket and they're making bank. Because if you think these guys with 100,000 followers aren't making money, it's substantial, and they'll tell you they know what they're talking about. Abandoned Forgotten Whales, even though you're a crazy maniac, welcome. I wish you in here, and I've got something for you this weekend. You're going to love it. Fishing Local 336, thank you so much. Downriver Mining and Lapidary, make sure you follow Jeffrey there, guys. 1 second here. So anything else you can add here, Shane? Because we talked about this pretty good. We're at an hour already. Actually, 30 minutes. So is there anything else that you'd like to add about that versus SEO that we should be talking about at this point?
Well, I keep referring back to Texas Plug Riches because that's a channel that I know. Right, I seen it a little bit ago. And another avenue for personal success in here is setting goals. Texas Plug Riches was saying, hey, I'm at 443 subscribers right now. I'm trying to get to the community tab. Well, if I can throw you one piece of advice, the best way to get there for you, it may not be the best subscribers, but is to run shorts. When you're in them early stages, you got to set goals. 500 subscribers is a huge goal. The first 500 subscribers will be the hardest 500 subscribers you ever get. So to getting there, you accomplish something, you mark it off the list, you start setting another goal. But using shorts on a consistent basis is a good way to grow subscribers when you're low on them to begin with.
And by the way, guys, just to tell you, shorts, Shane and I were talking about this, is exactly what he was saying earlier. Shorts are a way to get the subscribers in. Longs are a way to get some watch hours, or a way to also retain, because you have a group of people that follow you. But shorts are a really big deal. Also, on Saturday is another way you can come here. We're introducing 2 people, by the way, guys, this Saturday. We're going to try to get their community tab, and the other one, which is Tasha Art and Adventures. She has the Truck Stop show. And then we're going to have Judy May Collins, we're going to try to get her over 1,000 viewers, 1,000 subscribers. And a whole bunch of us are going to work to get her over that hump, because, you've got to do anything. And I would, if you network and do some stuff on the weekends, try changing your dates that you do some stuff too, because what I found is in the middle of the Saturday, people show up. I couldn't believe it. I'm thinking, who's out of their mind and besides me? And, then they all showed up. Corner Clubhouse, thank you for coming in. Let me see here if anyone else came in. Great. I'm thrilled, Ted, that you came in. First of all, it's a pleasure and an honor to have you in here with a channel like yours. And I want to people in here, guys, is just as important. I do not consider donations or memberships at all. I don't care about that at all. What I care about is that people come in here and contribute, and they go to the channel and they meet a community, and that you can make each other stronger together. And that's what it's about, because with yourself independently, I think Shane, you said last week, I believe, this is a game you cannot win alone.
I don't think so. I mean, there's guys that go out there and they get a format, they stick to it, and they're successful, and they can do what they want to do with it. But, if you're coming into this and you don't know exactly what you're doing, you finding a community that fits you, working within that community, you help everybody. And you know what? And we've proven it on Monday Digs. We've proven that growth can be attained in a herd mentality. So we herd everybody together. We've got one guy in Monday Digs. His name is Jesse, totally gnarly treasure, that started out, had 46 subscribers. And I checked the other day, and after 6 weeks on Mondays, he's almost at 900. That's the amount of growth that, one guy has seen just by early on in his YouTube career, so to speak, getting extra views and view time. And now he's in our private chat, and he's taking example from Brian, who's our SEO wizard, and how to get it out there. And he's just continually growing at an exponential speed. And a lot of people, are like, that's amazing. We've monetized, I think, 5 channels now, and that we're, 400, 500, 600 subscribers total. I mean, we're pushing people along. We're not, I'm not getting the growth that everybody else is, but the goal is to help everybody else get that growth. And we're just becoming one big entity, and it's worked out well for everybody involved.
So Michigan Diggin', thank you for coming in. Adventures in Michigan with Lisa, thank you for coming in. Guys, I cannot tell you how much this is a thrill to get some of the feedback we're getting from some of the accounts in here. And I don't care if you have 1 follower or 5,000. It doesn't make any difference. What we're looking for are your questions to help grow here. One of the things too, I would encourage everyone. I'm going to give everyone here a goal, and that goal is Monday. Go to Monday Digs, Monday hashtag Monday Digs, and then on Thursday go to Thirsty Thursday with Ohio River History. We have Shane here from Ohio River History. I can't say it enough about appreciation. But what you need to do, a lot of times you can read, you can study, but you have to do and you have to fail, right? You have to look at what someone's doing, and then you go back in 3 weeks and watch it again, and everything makes sense. Am I right? I mean, it's just a process of learning.
Yeah, there's along the way in this the last year, we've been doing the Mondays for almost a year now. We're coming up on our anniversary, the 4th of October. We've changed things, I don't know, 6 or 7 times along the way. We had one goal and how we wanted it to be, but we've changed things up along the way to try to help better achieve that goal faster. So some things didn't work, some things did. And I'm not saying that you have to do that within every community. That was what we did to try to grow. But building a community, finding a place to where you can work together, 2 or 3 channels, back to back premieres. If you time them out right and it's in your community, you're going to get subscribers from all 3 into all of your videos. So therefore, it's going to be a win. That was the mentality, the thought. And failure is inevitable. You're going to have videos that completely tank. I'm going through a lull right now, just because once you create your consistency with YouTube and they know where you stand in the algorithm, and then you change your topics a little bit, that can be hurtful. It can knock you back down the rung. So there's a lot of more in-depth stuff to it. But I think the biggest thing to take away is provide great content, the best content you can, promote it in the best way that you can. Whether it be via your community tab, via another channel, via Facebook groups, Instagram, promote it however you like, and then premiere it, and then start growing an audience from the premiere. Because once you get those people in, they may come back, and then you can have a conversation every time.
Guys, is just because you were successful the other day and you decide you're going to change your direction, you're going to change your topics, you're going to change whatever. And that, I never thought about that, right? Because you're changing the algorithm. I've heard people talking about they don't want to get out of the algorithm that they're in. I haven't found that because my videos are so terrible to begin with that people just like me in order to come. Anyway, guys, we have fun here. That's all I care about. By the way, a good point here is take a break from YouTube. Have you ever taken a break from YouTube?
Not really. I've always been I'm going to give it, for example, I watched a big channel like the Hoover Boys in metal detecting. I watched them a lot. I also watched the Stealth Diggers and then Green Mountain Metal Detecting. Those are three of the biggest channels that are out there, in my opinion. And the one thing that they always did that I noticed, and I took the second I started taking it seriously, was that they posted one video per week, and they posted at the exact same time every week. Now, they don't do premieres, but they don't struggle with subscribers and viewership. They've already built their audience. They started slow and the same as everybody else. So they don't need that aspect of it anymore. But they were very consistent on their posting. They're very methodical on their thumbnails. Their, details in their video are absolutely, well thought out and produced. And they keep growing exponentially. And so those are the kind of channels that I modeled just being consistent about, because I know how much I can dig. I know how much content I can create in a week, and I've just followed that, and I've never let go of it. But there's times where I take little breaks, but I'm not talking maybe a week or two. Nothing major. I'll always put a video out.
Well, that's a fair point. I think rather, I see a lot of people, they get their voice and all of a sudden they go crazy, right? They're on everything. They're hitting it, and consistency is what I'm hearing there. I think it's what I'm hearing there. Guys, I cannot tell you how much I enjoy you guys sharing the links and all that. 351 Nez, everyone, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Emily. Hit the likes and the shares, please. And by the way, if you have programs later this week, if you would, please mention Shane from Ohio River History, Monday Digs, and if you would, share this out and mention those in your programs that you have this week, because what I want to do is show appreciation to Shane, because last week we had a whole bunch of people in chat. It would be nice if we saw some more people. He's going to recognize your names in there, guys. Lloyds, I appreciate you showing up in here, and also for all the questions here, guys. Thank you so much. Let me see here. Okay, so GrabFam said, well, I'm spending money on lottery tickets and running groups. It's almost to the point of getting rid of my channel. You're the third person I've heard say that in the last 2 weeks. And what that is just time to take a break. I think you were mentioning that, how important that is. And I especially when you find your health, when you find you're not doing anything for yourself, guys, that's when you need to just go into the consistency mode. That's what you're doing, Shane, right? It's consistency, right? Regularity.
I make sure that I can put out the amount that I want to put out, but I avoid the major word, and the major word is burnout. And the other major word is, if you're not having fun at the moment, step back. If it's not fun anymore, you find another avenue to get back to fun. You got to have fun in order to build that desire to do better. It's got to be fun. It can't be a job. YouTube cannot be a job, or else it becomes redundant and it becomes work. And when it's work, it's no fun. Fun, fun, fun. And then work on doing the best that you can with the time that you have.
The other thing I want to mention to everyone here, I want to mention 351. If you can give, someone can put up his link. Let's give him some follows for all of his hard work. Not only is he a supporter and a friend, he's always here. Always. Nez, I've got Abandoned Forgotten Whales. I've got tons of accounts that come in here. Schnee. I've got a Secret Blackburn. You name it. Thank you so much, guys. Blistering Barnacle. I don't know why you come here, but you do. Thank you so much. So I'm trying to get down to the last questions here. There's so many people responding. I'm having a hard time getting in here. And you know what I'm finding also, Shane? It's such a good topic matter here that something about gardening, welcome, that they're still here. The people that were here from the very beginning are still here listening to you. That's amazing to me, because I know I go through a ton of stuff. Baker, thank you so much for being in here. I want to have you sing on my show, by the way, guys. Jail Bait and Tackle, thank you very much. Let me see here. I'm trying to get to everyone's questions here, guys. If you have any other questions, we've got about 5 to 10 more minutes, and I cannot thank you enough here, guys, for all the questions you've asked. There's been some really good points. 1 second here. Stock Explorers. I can't tell you guys. This is really impressive. Okay, so one of the things that I want to make notice of, we all have, every channel's got haters, because if you're doing good, you've got haters, right? And I don't even know if they're haters. They're just people that aren't performing very well. Number one thing I would say, Shane, is don't acknowledge them. I see people saying they acknowledge them. What do you say about people that are unhappy with your channel? Do you have any feedback? You've been on for a long time.
Sure. People that come in and have absolute, crap comments or crap things to say. People say ignore that, take it down. I don't. I relish it. I go talk to that person. I'm very forward at that point. Right. I'll start sending them an email. Hey, what did I do to upset you? What is it that I'm doing that you don't particularly like? I understand that you want to be funny in your comment with a sarcastic answer, but here, let me, I may not be your cup of tea, but hey, if you can tell me something that I can learn from and let me grow from it, if you're going to take the time to leave the comment, at least, add on to it to let me know what I did that you don't like. And you don't have to come back, and you can come back and leave comments like that every time. I'll jump right over it. It doesn't worry me, because negativity is just usually jealousy in some aspect, or it reflects on their inability to do what you're doing in some manner of speaking. So negativity is okay. I don't promote it, but I will definitely put my finger right in their face and try to figure out what it is to do.
And that is big boy pants there, guys. That's big people pants, right? If you ask them, they can't come up with anything. And the nonsense they're going to come out with isn't smart enough to talk about. So what they're going to do is they'll usually back off. By the way, Jail Bait and Tackle Outdoors has a point here. He says, I've been studying shorts more closely lately. Rumor has it the videos 10 or 15 seconds get more fouls in action. Any comments from you or your guest?
Oh, and that's absolutely correct. The reason being is if you put a 10 or 15 second video on a short and you're just looking to keep it on what we call the shelf, which is the short speed. So the first 3 seconds is huge, right? If you have 3 seconds that has some kind of grab that they're going to jump on, then it'll stay there. And 10 or 15 seconds, you're looking for 75% retention rate on there, so it stays up there. And then at that point in time, it's just money in the bank. People will click on a short video. They see that it's not very long. They may click out of it, not until they're almost 3/4 of the way done. It takes a few seconds to hit the button again or to swipe past. So that's the reason why 15-second videos, if you're confident in what you're putting out there, go 30, 40, 50 seconds. and and see if you can maintain that retention rate. That's what I do in that range. But shorts will get you more views and get you more recognition.
Fantastic. I'm trying to get to without blocking. What second? Yes, he blew up. Also, metal detecting with Randy has flown up, and metal detecting with Randy just came out with an announcement the other day that he has, because life is busy, right, guys? Sometimes you can do stuff, and sometimes you can't. That was, you said you had to take 35 years off to provide for your family. And again, there's real life for you. Real life faces in there when you have kids and stuff going on, especially now with all the stuff going on.
Yeah, Randy, Randy lost a YouTube channel due to a Google hack once upon a time. They took his channel from him. So he had almost 500 subscribers. He started back, and now a couple of weeks, yesterday, he posted a link that he hit his 1,100 subscribers. Now he's on the upswing. He's doing really well. However, his life dictates that his work is going to take away from his hobby time. So instead of putting out horrible content or not putting it just to get it out there, he's going to back out of our Monday group because he has life to deal with. And you know what? You have families first. What you got at home, you have to take care of first. If you don't take care, in my instance, if you don't take care of your wife, if you don't take care of your kids, then they're not going to be happy with you. Therefore, you can't do this venue as a hobby. So love what you got to do what you love. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, it does. And, I think when you hear that from a person who has put together what you've put together, plus I know your work schedule is absolutely off the hook. I mean, it's just out of control. And by the way, a lot of people's are, right? I mean, so what do? You perform. Yes, they say you ask if you want something done, you ask a person that has no time. I think that's what we all find, right?
Oh, sure. And then a couple things that I saw in the comment
Yep.
that Mandy Brown is one of these ideal type of viewers because she'll give you a good, honest explanation. She shows up. She's a great subscriber. I can't thank her enough for her support. And then the tackle guy, what was his name? Jailbait and Tackle Outdoors said that he would love to spend some time. Go over to my channel, find something, comment on there, or in my community tab, go find my email, send me an email, and I'll contact you directly and see if I can help.
Perfect. And, guys, there's so many people in here. Thank you for spotting those specific examples. I'm trying to get to these. I haven't taken, Nez says I haven't taken a break from YouTube, but I got to go at a pace that I'm comfortable with. And that's exactly right. Something also 351 is important. All the people on here, you don't even need to subscribe to me. What you need to do is you're part of a community of people. Even if you don't like my videos, that's okay. There's 32 million people in the US. It's okay not to like every person. And I think that's what we need to understand. We're not here to make people like us. What we're doing is to be ourselves and exhibit our passion for things and share information. And Mandy Brown, thank you so much for helping. I stopped. See, this is my example. This is exactly, Mandy, I agree 100%. I stopped watching bigger channels because they have tons of supporters. So I support the smaller channels. Consistency, you're right, Ohio. They're set. The consistency helps set stuff. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to, and I know that we're closing in on the end of your time tonight, but
Yep.
I wanted to leave everybody with this. If you go to my channel, you're going to see that I don't get thousands of views on my videos. I never have. But I have a monetized channel that does make positive income. And I do that through a base, through a community, through a group of people that I've earned their trust and they want to support what I do. Whether it be my personality, whether it be my love for what I'm doing, they're there all the time. So I may not make, thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars every month, but I make consistent money, and every month it grows. So you don't have to have 400,000 views to have a video that makes you money. That it doesn't work that way. The more people that watch you consistently and come back and rewatch and spend time on your channel, that's what YouTube wants. YouTube wants people there. And those are the people that are true followers and true subscribers. And that can just the same grow you an income, if that's what you care about.
Lloyd's, thank you for being here. Rachel's show, thanks for being here. I saw a few other ones. Fish Flex, thanks for being here. Thanks for new visit. Susquehanna, Stan, thank you so much for being here. Ricky Real, thank you for being here. Guys, there are people I've never seen before in any, and that Big Tim, thanks for being here. Big Matt, thanks. Don R, thanks for being here. Guys, I want to, before we finish up here, I want to emphasize enough that we have Shane from Ohio River History here. Shane does Monday Digs. And by the way, if you go to Shane's community tab, Shane, Ohio River History with spaces. He go to the community tab and see what that community tab looks like. Also, coming up tomorrow night is a Thirsty Thursday. And I'm going to tell you, there, Women Outdoors, welcome. But when you go to this, first thing you're going to notice is the number of people that come to these chats is absolutely blinding. He takes 20 minutes to say hi to people. That's number one. And number two, they're two different, a lot of it is not the same people. You're going to see many different people come in there. Yeah, good, Texas Plug Riches. Thank you. So we've got a ton of things coming here. So Shane from Ohio River History Channel, please go and subscribe and thank him. 2, go to Monday Digs, if you would, Monday Digs in his community tab. You can also go to hashtag Monday Digs. That's one word, right? One word or no spaces. And then Thursday for Shane, you'll find that on his community tab too. That's coming up tomorrow. I cannot tell you how you're going to be impressed. Sharonda, welcome. I'm just trying to make sure I cover everyone here. Do you have any final thoughts here before we take off?
No, absolutely. That's the other part of it. I also posted the next step in what we're evolving, which at any time, if you want me to come back and give you updates or talk about other stuff that you're curious or that you want to broadcast in here, I'll make time for you every week. I would do that, not every week, but I would make time for this channel because I want to tell you folks, I'm attracted to this channel here because this channel here made intelligent comments on my videos. So then all of a sudden I came over here just out of curiosity to begin with, and I stayed here. Johnny's been one of the most people that I feel like I relate to in value and perception. So that's what I really like about it here. I dropped. We're working towards making our community grow even more. I've got a website that's mondaydigs.com. Sign up for the forums. We're developing that website if you want to do that. Also, and it's went a whole hour and some change, but we have a sports channel it's called It's in the Blood, and it's me and my daughter doing family time together over a love of football and college basketball. Do what you love, and you can find a way. I'm willing to take time with anybody that reaches out to me and has serious questions and wants to work on it. And then if I don't have the answer, my group of people will gladly come in. It will help me get you the answer that you need. I'm not a genius. I'm an organizer. I'm good with people, and I like to learn, and that's the biggest process.
And by the way, you all, Burpee Yoga Uncle, thank you for coming in. Elgin Benz, thank you for coming in. Guys, these are a wonderful. Weaves World, thanks for coming in. Again, guys, if you haven't been to Shane Ohio River History, please go there. Give him a subscribe, hit the black alert button, and Monday Digs, hashtag Monday Digs and hashtag Thirsty Thursday. But go to his community tab. It explains the significance of the accomplishment. I could talk for 20 minutes. When you go to the community tab, you're going to say, holy cow. And then you're going to understand, why have I been doing all this following stuff when I could go and meet a community like Shane's? And these community, but by the way, I remember coming to your channel, Shane, and I had 100 followers within a month and a half. Done. And it was good people. They didn't put up with anything. It was all great people. And I think you'd agree, it's a good community, eh?
Slow growth is okay. Just remember that. You don't have to grow overnight. Good followers and good subscribers are way better than fast growth. Fast growth leads to disappointment sometimes, unless you're putting the ultimate product out there, which, we're all learning how to make better products. So slow growth is cool. Thank you, Rasta. Appreciate that.
And I want to thank you for your kind words as well. I'd like to leave an open invitation to come back maybe in a month after everyone's gone to your Monday digs. And I'm going to give everyone an assignment here because you guys are Monday digs, and let's come back in a month or month and a half after you've met that obligation and go back with some questions about that, because what you're going to see is mind-blowing. It's expanding, and you, in any community that you're in, whether it's gaming or whatever, you can incorporate what Shane's done, and we're going to have different questions. I'm sure we're all going to agree. So could we have you back in, let's say, a month, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, and talk again?
This time slot seems to work good for your viewers. I would be glad to come back at any time.
Guys, I'm going to leave this chat open here so you guys can finish up your conversation. Shane, I want to thank you so much. It's been an honor and a privilege to have you here. Just like it was Burpee Yoga Uncle, by the way, guys. Again, Ohio River History with spaces, and It's in the Blood is the other channel with his daughter, Alex, which is, by the way, I think she had 3 programs on one day.
Yeah, we got 30,000 views in 2 days over this last weekend of football. We blew it up.
It's in the blood. It's in the blood. And by the way, that is in the description of this video chat. So if you need any information that we talked about here, Shane, I put it in there so it's an all-in-one deal for you to thank you for your time and all that, because it's significant. Guys, please reach out to Shane and thank him. If you would. It's more than information he shared with us. He shared years of experience. And remember, when you become a master craftsman, and Shane, I think you'd agree that you never reach that status here because they keep on changing the rules.
Hey, if you think you've reached the top, you're absolutely wrong. If you think there's nothing else to learn or get better, you're wrong. That kind of arrogance will get you nowhere. You've got to be open to change, open to learn, and open to be consistent and persistent on whatever your goals are.
That Metal Guy 1983, thank you for being here. Woman Outdoors, thanks for being here. Everyone, it is a pleasure having each one of you here to share this experience, because remember, when you have a person that's been doing what Shane and Burpee Yoga Uncle have done to help share their learning experience, and I want to tell you, it is non-ending. When they share their learning experience, that cuts off so much time. Please listen to the video again. Please share it out. Please like. And remember, guys, Ohio River History. Let's go give a follow. Ohio River History. And go to hashtag Monday Digs. Go to the community tab. And then go to Thirsty Thursday tomorrow night. What time is that on again?
It's on at 9 p.m. on Thursday. It runs till about 10:20. I try to be an hour, but I can never make an hour. And I would love the opportunity to earn your subscription and follow. Okay, guys, listen, thank you so much. I'm going to let this run for a little bit. Shane, I can't tell you enough, is a friend, as also, and you do mentor because you're so open with your information. Thank you so much. And I appreciate, I think I speak for everyone here. Look at the people in this. In this 77 likes at this point. That's awesome, guys. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate that number. Makes me feel like what I had to say was important to you. And it's an appreciation, just a token of our appreciation, Shane. Really, it is. And for all the experience that you brought to us, everyone who's come here from around the world. And I want to tell you, we have people in 12-hour variant time zones. We have people from Hong Kong, the Philippines here. We have people, I'm just from the UK, everywhere in the world is here listening to you. And thank you so much, because they made time in their day to hear what you had to say. Hey, have a great day. Anytime, my friend.
Everyone, have a wonderful day. It's been a pleasure. And Nottingham, UK, thank you so much. I'm gonna, Shane, you can hop out if you want to. I'm gonna stick in here for a few more minutes and let people just go. And if you want to hang here with me, you can. I want to let everyone finish up saying goodbye to everyone because I just don't want to end it.
No worries. I'll hang for just a sec.
All right, cool. Yeah, so I'm excited about tomorrow night, Thirsty Thursday. I want to tell you, you've been talking about how busy, we're just going to chat here, guys, how busy life has been. And it seems like it's speeding up here. By the way, later on in the year, the views pick up again, right? Because people are done with vacation and stuff, right?
Yeah, we're in the slow season, man. That's what makes it amazing. The wintertime's the heavy season for YouTube. So the best is in front of us.
Hey, Randy, thanks earlier. All nice things, of course. And Don R., thank you very much. Coming from someone I consider the man that you are, that means a ton. Big Matt, I want to thank you for sharing links and always being here to support the channel and me. Thank you. Nez, same thing. Mandy, same thing. Lloyds, thank you so much. Yeah, we all need peppers, guys. Remember, we all need peppers for no good reason, but we need them. So let me see if there's any other thing here. Well, we're going to give it one more minute, guys, and then we're going to close it up. I want to respect Shane's time because we're going to have him back, and I can't get to the bottom. I can't get to the bottom. I'm still going down, Shane.
Hey, it takes a while to get used to doing both.
I bet you there's 3,000 comments in here today.
Hey, I'm glad.
Yep. And listen, guys. So I'm gonna schedule another session here with Shane. Please take a look for that on the tab here. And Mr. Bean, thank you for coming in. Everyone, have a good night. We're gonna end it at this point. Shane, it's my pleasure.
Hey, Johnny, thank you, brother.
Okay, bye now, everyone.